We're in the midst of one of the largest shipping crises since the Evergrande got stuck in the Suez Canal in 2021.
This is not the view you want when navigating the Suez Canal. A giant container ship wedged from bank to bank, blocking one of the world's most important shipping lanes.
This time, however, the stakes are even higher. It's poised to disrupt a staggering $270 billion in global trade. From vehicles to essential agricultural products like corn, wheat, and rice, not to mention the crucial resources of natural gas and oil, this crisis has a far-reaching impact. Today, we're going to dive into the Panama Canal, the crisis it's facing, and why the prices of your everyday essentials, from food to oil, are likely to witness a considerable surge. Let's dive in. So, what's going on? Well, owing to the relentless droughts in the region, spurred by the natural climate phenomenon known as El Niño, officials in Panama have had to take steps to conserve water usage. This means they have slashed the daily passage of containment ships through one of the most crucial maritime gateways in the Americas. In typical conditions, 38 ships traverse the Panama Canal on a daily basis, but that figure has since been reduced to 25 passages a day as a result of water scarcity. While Panama has grappled with severe droughts before, like in 1998, 2016, and 2019, this El Niño is among the most harsh. October, historically one of the rainiest months for the year for Panama, has been the driest in 73 years. The country has seen a 41% reduction in rainfall in 2023. Now, I know what you're thinking. Whoa, hold up there, small cap. This is a canal that connects two oceans. Who cares about rainfall? Contrary to what you might think, fresh water is a crucial aspect of the canal's operations. The design of the lock system means that the system relies upon 17 interconnected artificial lakes to enable ships to get from one end to the other, and those lakes are supported by rainfall. It might sound ridiculous in principle, but there's a reason for it. The use of fresh water enables the canal to separate the salt water and the diverse plant and animal life of the two oceans to prevent an ecological disaster. The daily deficit of water at the Gatun Reservoir, a critical piece of the canal system, has reached 2.1 meters below its anticipated levels for the year, and has had the canal's administrators warning that water levels at the lake are at their lowest levels ever recorded during a rainy season. And there's another aspect to consider. A draft limit has been implemented on cargo ships traversing the region. In simple terms, a ship's draft is the vertical distance between the waterline and the bottom of the boat. Shallower waters, due to drought, mean that the ship can't go as deep in the water. How does a ship reduce draft? By reducing weight. The impact is that the available space on the largest ships has been cut by 40%. This effectively means that large cargo ships now require two vessels to transport the same quantity of containers. Or a portion of the ship gets unloaded at one side of the canal, put on a train, and gets loaded at the other side of the system, increasing both cost and shipping times. So let's move on to the economic impact. The canal itself in 2021 accounted for roughly 3% of Panama's GDP as a whole, raking in nearly $2 billion in net income based on the IMF's reporting. In dollar terms, back in August, the canal stated it expected revenues to shrink by $200 million as a result of reducing the daily ships transiting the canal to 30. Those losses are set to get worse. As of November 3rd, bookings for the canal are at 25 ships per day, and as of February 1st, it will be down to just 18. These constraints couldn't have surfaced at a more inopportune moment. Businesses are in the process of boosting their inventories, gearing up for the holiday season, leading to a surge in the usual flow of ships through the canal. The timing exasperates the impact of these limitations on the seamless flow of commerce. The ripple effects are substantial. Not only is the monthly procession of ships through the canal dwindling, but the volume of goods in transit has now also taken a hit. So, how's this impacting businesses? Well, from a basic economic perspective, the move to curtail supply by limiting monthly ship passages while increasing the demand by requiring large cargo ships to be 40% lighter is a recipe for higher prices. The proof is in the reports, with the Japanese cargo ship reportedly shelling out a staggering $4 million for a priority canal crossing. Another shipper paid $2.4 million in an auction held recently to skip the line and get their shipment across. This marks a seismic shift from what we saw last month, where only 3 ships paid over $1 million to secure their crossing. The previous record high came in at $2.6 million in November 2022. And though we do not have any confirmation for how much crossings are going for in November, the October 30th auction saw the prices rise to a reported $2.85 million for a single reservation. And as the queue of ships waiting to traverse the canal swells with over 120 vessels in line, the numbers tell a compelling story. With 25 crossings per day and a mounting backlog, we're looking at a delay of over 5 days, and it's only going to get worse with further crossing reductions. The implications for businesses are becoming increasingly pronounced. So, what are some of the alternative routes producers could take? Well, here's the issue. There's no real economic alternative to the Panama Canal. To put things into perspective, the shipping time for ocean cargo from Shenzhen, China to Miami, Florida using the Panama Canal would take an average of 35 days. The next fastest water route would be through the Suez Canal, extending the journey to 41 days. While 6 days might not seem like a significant stretch, it translates to ships being able to make an average of 4 round trips per year using the Suez Canal compared to the achievable 5 via the Panama Canal. But still, the Suez Canal has its own capacity limitations as well. Sailing around South America, meanwhile, can add up to a month to transit times. The remaining alternatives are even less appealing, with some companies exploring the option of offloading their cargo at the ports of Southern California and then reloading the containers onto trucks or trains for inland transportation, a notably expensive alternative for these companies. Yet other possibilities are popping up. Mexico is currently building a 300-kilometer-long railway from the Pacific to the Gulf as a rival to the canal. The rail line is expected to have the first phase operating next month, boasting a 7-hour-long coast-to-coast trip. The project is set to be fully operational by 2033. Nicaragua, meanwhile, has had a long-standing proposed canal that would connect the Pacific to the Caribbean at its narrowest point. In fact, in the early 1900s, the U.S. famously selected the Panama option over building a canal here. A century later, the country is still working to get it going, with Chinese firm HKND obtaining rights to build the canal in 2013. A decade later, nothing has come of it, with the entity seemingly going belly up. So let's wrap it up. If you're wondering how this is going to impact you, well, you may want to prepare for some extended wait times on your online orders, especially as we enter holiday season. Also, the companies shouldering the escalated canal costs are likely to transfer those expenses directly to you, the consumer. So brace yourself for another round of price hikes just in time for the holiday season. And buckle up. It looks like Christmas shopping might come with a bit more of a financial jolt this year. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. If you could do me a big favor, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Let me know what you think in the comment section. So guys, we just recently launched this channel and we noticed that 99.9% of our viewers are not subscribed. So if you enjoyed this video, we need your help in growing this channel. By subscribing, that would help us keep the lights on and make sure that our crews have jobs in these uncertain times. So please hit that subscribe button and we promise to make more quality videos that I'm sure you're going to love.